Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another bullet journal set up for you, as you might guess, and the month of February is also known for Valentine's Day. I really struggled to come up with an idea for this one, but in the end I went for those abstract roses and I really tried to kind of make it match with my January setup. So I went for the same font, as you can see. I really like this one. I will try to use it throughout my whole bullet journal, but this time I didn't leave the spaces for the words or for the letters blank. I colored them in with a really dusty pink. And if you wonder which pen I used, then have a look in the info box. I always link all my pens and all my supplies there. And then I colored in the roses with some watercolors. I will link them as well. Next, I took my Muji gel pen and I did some outlines because I think it kind of looks unfinished without them. And yeah, then I left it with that. But you will see in a minute, I will come back to the spread and I will do something else to it. But more about this in a couple of minutes because then I moved on to my monthly overview. And as you guys might know, I always opt for a super minimalistic spread here. So I thought, hey, why not mix it up? And I wanted to try out a more graphic calendar layout. And I did this one with some boxes. I just used a double spread because I needed a bit more space for this one. And I don't really like the boxes that much, I have to say. I really have to see how this works out for me, how much I can fit in those boxes, because it's more space than I use in general, but the boxes are quite limited. So yeah, I just wanted to try it out for once. And then I opted for the same font and wrote down February. And I also had some space left in the right corner of the page. You will see in a second, and I tried to come up with something that I could use this for, and then I wrote down goals and notes and important things. So I can track my goals for the overall month, and I always take a look at my goals overview at the beginning of this bullet journal. And then I did another illustration for those graphic roses. I really like how they turned out, and they are super easy to make. And the watercolor, I always try to use at least 2 different colors, give them a lot of structure, and they look kind of abstract but kind of real, and I really like that. And as you might see, I kind of bopped my forehead into the frame a little bit too much, so sorry for that. But I also did those outlines, and I think that gives it a little bit more oomph. And then I moved on to my habit tracker. And I did the same swoosh of color with the dusty pink and the same font. And for this page, I have to pass for now because I wanted to incorporate my new Fitbit tracker that I got. That's not an ad, but when I had this page and tried to make it, I didn't have it. And I was not sure what I could track and how I should incorporate it. So I will do this in an upcoming Instagram live stream really soon. And I'm very excited for my sleep log this month because with my new tracker I can track so much more accurate and more details. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That's kind of nerdy, right? And then I moved on to a little illustration and I did the same little rose. Please let me know if you want to see a little Instagram tutorial how to draw the rose. It's super easy. You just draw a circle and then you have to drag your pen in kind of triangle but kind of circular motions until you reach the middle of the rose. And then I moved on to the next page and yeah, I messed up again. This poor bullet journal, I don't really know how many pages I had to tear out just until now, and I kind of wrote the wrong letter or something, I don't really remember. And then I just ripped out one of the pages and took some glue and just pasted it over it, and I think it's fine. You cannot really see it that much. So my expense tracker layout is quite simple, but I think when you have a really simple layout, you can just draw a border around it. It doesn't need to be black. It can also be the same dusty pink color, and then it looks so much more nice and elevated. And then I came back to my cover page and I also draw a little border around the whole thing, like a really sketchy circle. And then I did some more watercolor illustrations. I did the same roses, and I think it looks so much more pulled together, but also maybe a little bit too much. I'm not quite sure about it. And because I didn't plan to do the spread like this, it was a little bit off the center. And if you have the same problem at some point with your bullet journal or with illustrations, just try to be creative and maybe put something else in there. So I did this little very, very tiny rose at the right side just to balance it out a little bit, and yeah, then I'm finished. Moving on to the first weekly spread of the month, I just opted for the same swoosh of color, and then I did some headlines for my to-dos and events. And because I didn't really knew at that point what kind of appointments I had, I kind of left it there. But now let's go back to my January setup, because I still had to do some doodles for my memories page, and I thought it would be fun to show you and take you along. And my month of January was quite relaxed because I spent some time in bed with my hot water bottle and a lot of tea, my books, hot chocolates, and yeah, in general it was quite a chilled month for me. And I was also sick, but hey, sometimes it's like that. But I still love to just make some doodles. And I also did one of those roses because I went to a really pretty cafe in London. It's the Alan Cafe. And I also went to sketch for the very first time, so I had to kind of implement it here as well. And then I also did some outlines and some borders, and yeah, that's the finished page. I really like how it turned out, and I can't wait to see it at the end of the year and all those pages combined. So let's have a little flip through, and my habit tracker and my sleep log is neatly filled out as always. It's so satisfying to look at those spreads, I think. And yeah, I can't wait for the next month to have like a little bit more data for that. Then I had this blank page over here, and I will kind of assemble some blog ideas and video ideas there. So if you have something that you would like to see, leave a comment down below. And those are all of my daily spreads. They are more or less all the same. I really like them, and I think I will carry on doing them. But for the upcoming month, I kind of plan to have a weekly spread instead of daily spreads, because at least for the first week I am out and about in Germany, and yeah, I don't think I will have time to do any daily spreads. I still have to fill out those thingies here as well, but I really like the calendar layout and how it looks in the camera so far. And I can't wait to set up my habit tracker, guys, and I will take you with me on my Instagram and show you how I will do it. And yeah, also my weekly spread as well. Yeah, that's it. That's my bullet journal setup for the month of February. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will have everything linked down in the down bar below, and see you guys very, very soon. Bye bye.